We're here, guys, Wednesday, with an action-packed slate of basketball and hockey and a little bit of football, too. Got a lot going on today. Welcome into the stream. So much to unpack, a lot of player props that we're going to go after and attack today. We have a lot of, discounts that we want to be taking advantage of. So many different things. So we're going to try to capture it all within an hour. We got about 1 billion NHL hockey games tonight. We got a ton of NBA basketball. And we have college basketball going on right now and all throughout this evening. And so let's get into it. We're going to get into some DFS right now. Chris, what's going on, man? And yeah, Turkey Day. We're here, guys. This is the time, one of the best times, right? Hopefully most of you are either off of work or getting off of work soon. You're going to meet up with friends and family or maybe some friends tonight and just absolutely cut loose, have some cocktails, have a good time. That's what it's all about. So what's going on, guys? What's going on? Good to know about that with the Giannis promo. For my Dub Club users, anyone that's been using Dub Club, we're off to a 2-0 start today. We cashed both of our college basketball picks thus far. Tulsa first half money line, Southern Indiana on a spread. They won outright. It was awesome. If you guys followed or tailed the 3-leg parlay that I put together on Onyx for Feast Week, we've already cashed the first 2 legs of that parlay. Again, you could let it ride or you could let it hedge. Up to you. But we got some good things going on thus far. Off and firing, no doubt about that. So let's take a look. Let's refresh this page using the Sharp Money tool. Looks like we got some better value right now. So I'm just going to go over to better. That's where we're going to start. Got a lot of discounts today, guys. I already used the Zion and the Jimmy Butler discount. But I'm going to take a look at the Jahmyr Gibbs discount for tomorrow. I'm just going to add that on my slip right now. And then Jaren Jackson, under 5.5 rebounds. This looks pretty good. I don't mind this play. So for those of you just tuning in, we're going to start with better because that's where some value is at the moment. We'll take a look at PrizePicks and Underdog and Dabble and DraftKings Pick 6. So sit tight. If we're not on the DFS book that you want to see, trust me, we're getting there. Jaren Jackson, okay. What about Khalil Ware? What about this one? We do got the Celtics game going on right now at the moment. Dub Club users, we got a pick on that game that's looking really nice to start. Nice to start on our one-player prop bet that we have in that Celtics-Pistons game. It's looking nice. Good start thus far. Still got a long way to go, but we're off to a good start. Khalil Ware under on his points, rebounds, and assists. Okay. And then we can do Turner on his over. Nah, not very good at Pinnacle. This is a bit better. We're going to go with Khalil Ware. Under 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. All right, we're taking the Jahmyr Gibbs boost over here, guys. I understand this is for tomorrow, but I already used my boost earlier today. I love taking these discounts, boosts, whatever you want to call them. They're solid. The discounts are really good, so I'm going to share this with you guys. No doubt about that, Luis. No doubt about that. What's going on, Irish? Appreciate that, man. So there is the 3-pick slip on better with the Gibbs discount. This morning, guys, on the stream, I already took advantage of the Zion and Jimmy Butler discounts. So I'm going to take a quick screenshot of this. All right, cool. Let's let's refresh this really quick, see what else we have. All right, so Underdog, we could hit up Jaren Jackson and Khalil Ware on this play, and then Ryan Kalkbrenner under on his points, rebounds, and assists. This looks all right. I don't mind this play on Kalkbrenner. Somebody wants this at minus 128 odds for almost $1,000. 15.5. Cool. We could double dip on Jackson and Ware if we wanted to. I am rocking, guys, 3-pick slips. Taking on a bit more risk here, guys, if you want to cook up 2 different slips with the same guy on it. This is kind of my max that I'll do in terms of, like, I won't put Jaren Jackson or Khalil Ware on any other slips after this. They're already on 2 different slips for me. That's plenty enough. So for those of you that want a different flair, this is going to be with Kalkbrenner on it. This is a 3-pick slip on Underdog. Ken? Ola, my friend. Ola. So let's see what else we got here. Got some different plays here with Burakovsky and Edey. Again, we're kind of below the thresholds for my limits for the Sharp Money tool. So we're really looking to see if we can get a discount compared to the rest of the Sharp books on PrizePicks. Somebody wants this at minus 120. This is a good play to Pinnacle on PrizePicks. Make sure I took a screenshot of this. Let's head over to PrizePicks. And we're looking at Burakovsky. We have, it feels like almost every single team's in action tonight. It feels that way. Where under on his points? We can look at this in PrizePicks. We're already under on his PRA, so this is kind of the same, but kind of not. I'm okay with it. This is a different category. So, but it is going after that same player. I love how I say something and then I really get put to the test. Let's go over to the optimizer on PrizePicks. Let me just see if I can find some other things that maybe I like a bit. 3 pick slips. Obviously, you're going to see some live plays here, guys. We're just going to focus on pre-match here at the moment. I mean, maybe we could put together something live. Why? Let's take a look at this for a second. Under PRA, Oscar Thompson on points. Too many Thompsons because there's 2 of them. Yeah, it's currently at 10.5, so this is already gone. So we're just going to remove the live plays because it's too quick. It's too much. Can't really catch up with the line movement. It's just too much going on while the games are going on in real time. Okay, Chet Holmgren and Julius Randle under on points. This looks insane on the combos. We did hit on one of the combos 2 days ago, so I'm willing to give the combos a little love, but I don't like betting unders on these dudes. And then Mitchell and Jaden McDaniels, again, the combo between FanDuel and Pinnacle's average. This looks decent as well. But these are the same dudes, so I would honestly rather take these two. I'd rather do Mitchell and McDaniels on their under than Holmgren and Randall, just based off the fact of the type of player that they are, guys, and type of player that they are and the role that they serve on their team. So we're looking at what Mitchell and McDaniels under 29.5. Let's get rid of that Holmgren play. And then what else do we have here? Thompson and Butler and the Rockets Warriors under 40.5 points. Okay. Yeah, I don't love that one. Got a lot for this Thunder game at the moment. Steph under 4 rebounds. Looks really good to FanDuel. Even if you take the half off of FanDuel, this would probably be really solid. So we'll grab Curry. Under on his rebounds. Under 4. All right. Again, this is a 3-pick play. No insurance. It's a power play. Let me go ahead and share this one with you guys. Appreciate you sharing that, Maddie. Anton, what's going on, man? Yeah, I know Kalal's been on a tear, Luis. The one thing I'll say that, the tear could continue, but I try my best not to let past results indicate future results. So I try not to focus too much on it. So we'll see. I could be sorely mistaken. No hard feelings if you guys don't want to take the Kalaware play at all on that one, but I'm always I try to not believe too much in trends, because if everyone believed in trends, then if trends were actually a thing, then we'd all be rich. But I think there can be some randomness sometimes to this. All right, so there we go. Let's take a look at Fliff for a second. See if we got any Fliff stuff, and then we'll take a look at Dabble, and we'll take a look at Pick 6. For those of you just kind of filtering in right now, for my Dub Club people, we're 2-0 to start the day. College Hoops plays. 2 of our 3 College Hoops plays that I gave out are already cashed, so they're looking great. If you guys want to try Dub Club, guys, if you sign up for a 1-month or 3-month package, you'll receive a 3-day free trial. From now until the end of day tomorrow, there is a discount on every single package that I offer on Dub Club. So if you guys want to check it out, there it is. Read it and weep. A lot of different options for you guys depending on what you're looking for. Picks are already out. Already gave out the Thanksgiving picks for tomorrow. NFL player props and mainline market plays are already out. We already gave out the full card today for player props and mainline markets. So, definitely check those out. It's obviously a smaller fraction of the price compared to what it's a nice discount. You get a 3-day free trial. It's pretty solid. All right. So not much. This is a little too juicy for me with the Nate Schmidt play. This money line play for UFC, granted, this isn't until December 6th. And while this play has a small edge, guys, this is just a great example of I would not bet this play. Not because it's not a good play, but because how many casual sports bettors are placing a money line bet on a UFC fight that's over a week away? Not many. So for account health purposes, I would not bet this Marvin Vettori money line play. Just let it go. It's not a big enough edge to go after it in the first place. All right, on the sharp money tool, or let's go back over to, let's look at Dabble. Sorry, I forgot about these couple. We're going to look at Dabble really quick. We'll look at Parlay Play, and we'll look at DraftKings Pick 6. We'll move over to the arbitrage tool for a bit. Then we'll look at NHL anytime goal scorers. We'll look at some NBA player props. Again, there's just so much to get into. I will be streaming tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. One stream tomorrow, guys, and it'll be at 9 a.m. Eastern. So Hartenstein, yeah, I'm okay with this under 3. This is fine. I'm a little disheartened by what I see here on Dabble. Normally, Dabble's bringing the value. We already talked about Jaren Jackson. If you want to grab this. The Ferguson play for tomorrow is fine. Khalil Ware, I don't mind the under 11 rebounds. It's 10.5 on Pinnacle at -119. So I like the Ware play a little bit more on his rebounds. Hartenstein, yes. These are fine. The Jackson play. I like the Ferguson play a little bit more. I'd probably go Hartenstein, Ware, and Ferguson. Jackson's fine for what we're getting on Dabble. You know, we played it earlier. It's okay. Ryan Rollins over 22.5 points and rebounds. That's cool. It's cool with me. The Bridges play is, again, it's like Jaren Jackson. It's just okay. I think so, Luis. I think it's plus EV. Irish, did I hedge it? Yes. Did I hedge it for the optimal amount? No. But I hedged it so that I'm guaranteed going to make either $67 or like $72 profit. So for the 3-leg parlay, guys, the feast week boost on Onyx, I did hedge out of the last leg. Again, this is just personal preference. I'm very happy to take my $20 and know now that I'm going to make $67 in profit no matter what happens. But we hit the first 2 legs of the parlay. So the Texas NC State game does not start for like another, I don't know, like couple hours. So I went over to FanDuel and I bet the under. It's not, again, if you put $20 down and you want to let it ride, feel free to. No problem. But again, just because I decided to hedge out doesn't mean that's what you have to do. It just depends on your risk tolerance, your bankroll. And I just wanted to make some guaranteed money and not really have to sweat it out. So, but that's always a strategy, guys, that is always in consideration. Let's look at parlay play. Let's throw up minimum data points of 3. It's always something that's in consideration for me when you're rocking these parlays is just going after and hedging your bet. It's going to be based on your bankroll and whatnot. So for those of you who be like, dude, it's $20. Who cares? Let it ride. All right, man. That's cool. If you want to gamble, that's fine. It's a sharp play. We're not receiving the CLV that I like to see on that play. You could also wait for the game to begin and roll the dice and hope that, there's not a lot of points scored in the game, and then you could create a middle opportunity on that final leg, or you could just hedge out of it altogether. So you have some different options there. Just depends on what you're into. Kerr, yes, they are for the most part. I would say, tomorrow, I would say they're not, I already got my plays out for tomorrow, guys. So just a quick disclaimer for my Dub Club people. The plays that I gave out for tomorrow's NFL Thanksgiving slate, like that, those are the plays. I'm not going to be giving out any more plays tomorrow for the NFL. But on a normal weekday, it's mainline markets first, probably around 11 a.m. Eastern, noon Eastern, and then I give out my player props closer to like 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. So that's what normally happens. Josh, I probably do. Yeah, I do. For Onyx, appreciate you asking, man. Now that Onyx finally has a Finally has. I don't really these parlay plays, guys. By the way, we're gonna move on to DraftKings pick six. These are just I don't really. I like this play a little bit more, but I'm not gonna. There's not enough really here for me to get excited. So let's go over to pick six. We do have some boosts over here, guys. We used a few of them. I did save one for tonight on pick six. We got some NBA prop boosts, but yeah, we try to keep it very similar with Dub Club. Honestly, guys, it's you can get it. I'm underselling myself here. Sign up for free for 3 days and cancel before the trial ends, and you get 3 days of free picks, and you can decide if you want to take the plunge. But you really have today and tomorrow to figure out, you can sign up for it and lock in a good price for 1 month, $14.99 instead of $19.99. Obviously, if you lock in a 3-month or a 6-month or a 1-year plan, you get a bigger discount. So that's how it goes. All right, so let's move off of I don't want to look at any live plays at the moment. So SGA, I know he's questionable, under 44.5. This looks really good. Really, really good. .44.5 PRA. Obviously, we're talking about one of the best out there, but we'll have to see. You can take his under on his points as well. The under 32.5 if you want to do that instead, which I might do that one instead. Take his under on his points. I like that just a little bit more. Because if he ends up not scoring much but distributes the ball, gets some rebounds, I'm okay with that. What else do we have, though? Because I'm really looking for NBA plays, and to be honest, this is kind of BS. I thought we were going to have a lot more on pick six. Wiggins over on his PRA. This is not very good to FanDuel. It's good to Pinnacle, but it's not great to FanDuel. I don't know how good it is to Pinnacle. It's just okay, so not really. Gary Trent. I do like this play on Gary Trent. This is nice. What else we got? Cason Wallace. Not really. Levine. Yeah, we can get in on this one. I'm fine with this with Zach. Take his over on his PRA. I got a 30% boost here, guys, that I can put $20 max entry on it. That's what I'm going to use my final boost. Make sure you guys opt into these. But this is going to be a nice little 30% boost. Kerr, no, you choose. They can be emailed to you, or you can be texted the link. You can ask Irish how he gets his, or maybe if Chi-Town's in the chat right now, you can ask how you prefer. But as soon as I click publish, you get the link automatically sent to you. I try to include as many links on the slip as I can, so that you can just literally click the link and then place the bet. Not all the plays are like that, but I know every FanDuel play that I give out, every Onyx play that I give out, I include links. I can't include links on and an ESPN bet as well. On Bet Rivers and the Canby books, I can't, or at least I haven't figured out how to do it. But that's what we try to do over at Dub Club. So, all right. So there's our boost. I already shared some of these earlier this morning, guys, in terms of my boost on pick six. But these are all boosted. So if you want to grab that, feel free to do so. Check that link out. Joshua, yeah. Unfortunately, on my account, you guys are going to have to let me know, because I'm limited to $25 per slip, and they don't offer me any more discounts. So there's no more discounts for me on Underdog. I lost my privileges to that one. Let's go over to the Sharp Money tool, and let's pull up the rec books, and let's take a look at player props. And let's clear this out. I'm going to tee up NFL props for anyone that's looking for plays for this Thursday and maybe even this Friday. For the Black Friday games, guys, for my Dub Club people, I'll be getting those plays out, on Friday morning. So tomorrow's I just gave out plays for just the Thanksgiving Thanksgiving games today. All right, let's see what do we got here. Oh, we got to select all the sports books. My bad. And then I want Pinnacle $250 limit. All right, so Dylan Larkin. Player shots on goal. Plays for the Red Wings. Somebody wants this at minus 160 odds. You can get this at Canby, Bovada, and BetMGM. It's a pretty good price over here compared to Pinnacle. So over 2.5 shots on goal. Honestly, outside of these books, I wouldn't play this anywhere else. Fanatics, it's fine. But BetMGM, Bovada, and then any Canby sportsbook like Bet Rivers or Ballybet, this looks really, really good. Minus 165. I would be okay at the minus 165 on Bet 105. As I said, I like to go 5 to 8 cents from where the sharp better wants this. So let me hop over to Bet 105 and let me snag this. For my Edge Zone users, there was about, 30, it felt like, NHL plays that were given out today. It's a huge slate of NHL games. A lot going on. So we're pumped up about that. Okay. So I'm logging over here on Bet 105. Made a video, guys, last week about Bet 105 and how I like to use the sharp money tool to bet in here. And this would be one of those examples. That's a lot of dough, $6,300. Also, just dropped a video right now on the channel about an hour or two ago going over the laziest ways to make money sports betting. And one of the strategies I think in the video really gets slept on a lot. And we've talked about it a couple times here on the stream, but I would definitely make sure to incorporate that in your betting portfolio every day. All right, so I just got in over here on Bet 105. Going to go over here to look on player props. By the way, I am going to probably move this market a couple cents. So Dylan Larkin, over 2.5 shots on goal. It's at minus 165 on Bet 105. You don't believe me? I'm going to place this bet. There we go. Hey, look at that. I'm going to click refresh. And then check this out. It's going to be at minus 167. Or it should be at minus 167 because it just said that it went to minus 167. But I'm in for $120 because that's the max that Bet 105 will let me wager. But it's still take that. Dylan Larkin over 2.5 shots. Okay. The dude that plays for the Devils. I'm not even going to try to say his name. But somebody wants this at minus 190 odds for $5,100. You can bet this over at DraftKings. This is within the price range that the sharp better wants it at. ESPN Bet, Caesars, Hard Rock's the best price. Or MGM. These would be the books, guys, that you could bet this dude's over 1.5 shots on goal. He plays for the Devils. It's juicy, right? Minus 180. This guy wants it at minus 190. But I'm totally fine betting this at any of these books right here. Appreciate that, Anton. What's going on, Saints fan? How are you, man? Larkin line, I'm guessing, Irish, you meant? Ken, good question. I would say I don't. What I would do, Ken, is cancel and then see if you can sign back up. But I don't believe you can extend your membership with the promo. The promo was meant for new members only. So for my existing members, I know that, yeah, you guys aren't not getting it, but it's for new members only right now in terms of the promo. Great question though. Great question, but I'm sorry. I don't think it's not, I can't manually adjust that, to give you that discount. Alex Tuck. Somebody wants this at minus 190. Again, bet this at DraftKings, ESPN Bet, Caesars. You're drinking a lot of juice here. If you want to roll the dice even more, you could take this dude's over 1.5 with Tuck's over 1.5. Reduce the juice. But you could get this at a number of different sports books. And somebody wants this at what? Minus 190. Again, you can get this at minus 192 on Prop Builder. I totally also understand if you guys don't want to take plays that are this juicy. This is a lot. I'm not going to lie, personally as a sports bettor, I absolutely hate betting these plays and then they lose. I literally will lose my mind on short odds plays. If I'm betting a plus 175 and it loses, I can live with that mentally because it's plus 175. If I'm betting a minus 190 and I lose, I'm pissed. I don't know about you guys, but I get very angry. So the Larkin play will probably be as high as I go, but definitely you can grab those plays. Oh, Levine Irish. I got you. You could, I'm trying to think what other one was out there. We'll have to go back and look to see if there was anything that really new that moved that would be worth it. LaMelo under on his PRA, 34.5. I do LaMelo under PRA. We talked about Kalo Ware. Somebody wants this at minus 119 odds. His under on his PRA. This is really good to Pinnacle. Just a good price. MGM, Hard Rock would be the two I mean, there's soft books, but that's where I would go over and bet this. It's just a very good price in general. You can make the argument this is just plus EV. But Khalil Ware under on his PRA. What else we got here? Miles Bridges. Again, we're still on this. This is a 4X multiplier, which is fine. It's okay. Under 3.5 assists, minus 160. Minus 162 over here on DraftKings. Make sure I'm reading that correctly. I am. So this is a great play on DraftKings and MGM. Again, though, we're talking about juicy plays here, but not as quite as juicy. But still, DraftKings and MGM, I would go bet this as well. When we get to this Jaquez play, this is where we're starting to get, excuse me, a little bit below what Pinnacle's limit is, and this isn't plays sometimes that I always like to target. Jaquez is over PRA. You're taking Ware's under, but you'll take Jaquez is over. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's okay. I'd go get this at DraftKings or Hard Rock or Bovada or Bet 105 or Bet MGM. But again, this is a little bit below the threshold that I like to go after those plays. So I'm kind of in the middle on this one, to be honest with you guys. It's fine, but I'm not like super excited about that play. I'd say maybe like a half unit at most. Marcia Show, yeah, we're getting a little lower on liquidity. And honestly, this is just an EV play to Pinnacle. It's minus 148. It's a great price to Pinnacle. Anything that's over 20 cents off to Pinnacle is normally just an excellent play. This is Marcia Show to not collect a point tonight in the Predators-Red Wings game. All right, so that's a bit of the sharp money tool. Let's take a look at the arbitrage tool. For those of you that just want to day trade the sports books, it's pretty simple. Josh Hart over under 9.5 rebounds, FanDuel MGM. You're making almost a 10% return off of your investment. This game starts in 30 minutes, guys. So I'm sure most of you on this that are in the chat or watching the stream is fairly limited on MGM, but this is insane. This is really, really good. And sometimes on these plays, guys, if you try to dive deeper and figure out which play or which leg, which side's positive EV, sometimes it's just difficult. Ignore the Onyx play. But this is definitely positive EV on the MGM side. They obviously just changed their odds. It's still almost a 5% ARB. It's still really, really good. So don't try to deep dive this too much and try to pick one side. I would just ARB this, take your free cash, and say, gracias. What else do we got here? And I'll probably kick off Onyx right now because they're a little annoying when it comes to just their odds at times. It's a bit annoying. Again, Bovada and Bet360 or BetMGM, excuse me, on a double-double. We could hit this up with assist. This is the time, guys, if you're going to hit up ARBs for NBA player props. This game starts in 30 minutes. There is no better time to get this down, right? I know that we talk a lot about account health and trying to create as much longevity as we can for the account. At some point, you got to fire away. And so this would be the time to do so when the game starts in 30 minutes. This is when everybody's getting in their betting activity, sitting down, getting ready to bet the Knicks and the Hornets. That's exactly what I would just do over here. Yeah, I hope so too for you, man, because it would be great. It would be really, really good to see that. Tight game, actually, man, really interesting. We were expecting a lot more points in this game. A lot more points in this Pistons-Celtics game. And not really seeing it because I'm pretty sure that I have, well, maybe not too much. It's what, 58, 57, that's 115. That's not bad. It's right on point. We did cook up, guys, a 3-leg parlay this morning on Bet Rivers. I do have the over on the Celtics game, over 228.5. So at 115, we're right on pace. It's looking pretty good. Got some good CLV on this one. All three picks we had were really good. So we'll have to see how that transitions. A lot of Josh Hart plays, as you can see. There's probably a lot of just books that are making just massive errors, or just, maybe not massive errors, but they're making some mistakes on Josh Hart because he literally takes up the entire page. If we come down here, though, for something else, this is really only for my Arizona bettors. Sport Trade, this is out in Arizona. LaMelo Ball, we could hit this up on FanDuel and SportsZeno. I mean, it's literally just LaMelo Ball and Josh Hart. Reed Shepherd, DraftKings, SportsZeno. Chet Holmgren, looks like between BetMGM and Bet Rivers. There's some awesome opportunities here. All these ARBs, guys, I know it's a lot of Josh Hart, but it's all over 4%. Murray, Ware. Here we got some different opportunities. These are all over 3.5%. These are all great ARBs, right? And if you wanted to try your hand at something else, like live arbitrage betting, what you could do is just go ahead and say, hey, man, give me a DraftKings, give me an MGM, give me FanDuel, maybe give me a Caesars, right? Give me anything that's maybe above 3%. And let's go with just college hoops, right? Give me just mainline markets and give me just odds jam, right? What do we have here? And this is where we're going to be able to day trade the sports books. Now, if you don't see a lot happening when you're live arbitrage betting right now, then this is where you can kind of tinker around with some other sports books. Or you could do what I love to do at the beginning. What I do is I just select all the books. And then I just come back here and I just kind of chill for a minute. And I literally just watch and see if I can find a pattern where certain sports books are matching up with others. And then those are the books that I'm going to select to live arbitrage. So right now I would say MGM and Fanatics, right? This play out here, you could hit it up a couple different times. Bovada maybe as well, right? Maybe those are 3 books. Maybe we find a 4th and we throw one in there. But the plays at stoppage, right? Where, TV timeout, commercial break, something's happening. And so this is where we can day trade the books. Obviously, for Fanatics, guys, you want to be using your cell phone because the dual button feature does not work on Fanatics on a desktop because Fanatics doesn't have a mobile or desktop website. So this is where, just understanding your sports books and who has what is just something you want to take a look at. Man, bet anything's popping up. That's nice to see. So, this is a game that just started, obviously, so you can kind of get in on this. And if you want to, guys, if you want to just focus on Vermont or Princeton, then you just type in Vermont, right? Maybe you can type it better than I can. And just type in Vermont. And now we're only going to see plays for Vermont. And so now you're like, all right, we can just focus on this game and just hit these plays up. Try to simplify your process as much as you can. College basketball is going to be the easiest sport for you to live arbitrage. There's not as many options for you to bet. You're either going to bet a point spread, a money line, or a total points. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a point spread or a total points. So pick the market, which one you're going to go after, and then pick your sports books and then go after them. Have patience, right? If you're new to live arbitrage betting, have you ever done anything in your life for the first time and was an absolute pro at it? I'm willing to bet that you probably weren't because I know I wasn't. So have some patience with this strategy. Get on your books, log into your books. Don't expect to hit this play up on Wagner and Manhattan right now. Go log into those books. Get yourself clicked on NCAA. Know where the game is, and then get ready to attack after that. So just some little tips to try to make you a little bit more efficient or faster. It doesn't matter if you use your cell phone or your laptop. Whatever makes you the fastest, that's what you want to utilize. So just some different live ARB tips. Gotcha, Chris. Gotcha, man. Yeah, Ordy, it would be really nice. And maybe one day they will. But for now, it's been like 3 years, 4 years. If they haven't got it now, I don't know whenever they're going to. All right, let's take a look at, I had some NHL anytime goal scorers teed up. What do we have? Ooh, okay. I'm kind of upset that Lucas Raymond play just disappeared. Tim Stutzel, okay. It's fine for Circa. This is okay. This Lucas Raymond play was really good, and looks like maybe the price got nerfed. Oh, it increased to 2.4. I'm getting this at 195 on FanDuel. What's that worth to me? Not as much. This is a little confusing sometimes when I click this up and then this changes and then I refresh and then it goes back down like this. I'm not sure what to do. Sam Reinhart, Mikko Rantanen, and Jake Gensel. We're talking about some of the best goal scorers in the NHL, guys. If anyone's going to pot one, it's going to be these dudes. Again, it's a better play on Circa. Sam Reinhart, Bally bet at plus 150. It's not really much of an edge if you play this on Circa or FanDuel because it's at plus 145. For those of you that live in a state that has Circa, Circa shows up a ton for NHL goal scorers. Sometimes I end up going with FanDuel because I don't have access to Circa. Even though Circa is a sharp book, you can have a great time betting NHL goal scorers over at Circa. So some different options for you guys, though. If you don't have Circa, it's a little difficult. We're devigging the Pinnacle. Again, I'm not hiding my strategy. It's in plain sight. I bet minus 150 to plus 250. If you can appreciate me sharing this with you, smash the subscribe button. Send this to a friend of yours. Like the video. Helps out a lot. Pinnacle and additive. Pinnacle and additive. It's NHL and it's NHL player goals, and it's for today. That's it. That's the crazy profitable strategy. It's very, very simple. Pinnacle and additive, minus 150 to plus 250. You want to take this beyond plus 250? You can do that. It's just that you're going to run into guys that are second and third liners that maybe get second power play minutes. Not really for me. I want guys that are going to be on the ice and are going to score goals. That's why I like betting on some of the best goal scorers in the game. So this is why I target my odds range and do what I do. So this is it, guys. Got some options, not as attractive. We'll move on. Let's take a look at, we'll give college basketball a little bit of love. And, obviously like using Bookmaker. Everyone wants to know, like, who's the sharp books? What's sharp books for this and what's sharp books for that? The simple answer is whatever sports book takes the most money, because that means they have the most confidence in their odds. So if it's a Bookmaker or a BetOnline or a Pinnacle, just figure out their limits. You can get an account with BetOnline and with Bookmaker. Pinnacle's limits show here on OddsJam. You can find out for each market, for each sport, who's taking the most money. Whoever's taking the most has the most confidence. That would be the book that I would use as my sharp, because they're very confident in that line. So we're looking at some mainline markets for college hoops. And we're looking at plays for today. And the odds range is minus 150 to plus 130. And I'm actually interested to know, guys, because I've never asked this question before. Yeah, Irish, that would be a fine one. That'd be fine. Again, Irish, you know the parameters, man. If it meets the parameters, because I know you're in on these streams. If it meets the parameters, brother, smash it. If it's 2%, I like 3% and above. If it's 2% and above, it's fine. That's fine. I kind of want to know this. Who else provides as much step-by-step detailed information out there in terms of streamers? I really want to know, because obviously I'd love to learn from that person. So let me do this. All right, curious to know, guys, if anyone, because I'm sure you guys watch a couple other guys and there's a lot of other great people out there, would love to know from you guys who else goes as in-depth. Which other person out there goes as in-depth when it comes to live streaming. Feel free to comment. Let me know. I did pose a question. I don't know if it's going to screw up the stream. But would love to hear. Would love to know. All right, let's look at these college basketball plays. Let's tee up everything and let's take a look. What do we got? St. John's and Auburn. Over 165.5. Bookmaker and Pinnacle are aligned again. I'd be willing to maybe go after Circa on this play. So one of the things, my favorite things that I love to do, guys, is just come over here and take a look at Bookmaker. Pinnacle's taking $2,000. I would imagine that Bookmaker's either taking the same amount or they're taking more. Unabated ATM? Appreciate that, man. Captain Jack's a nice guy. I will say that. Very nice man. Let's look at this. Over 165.5. So they're taking $2,700. Pinnacle's taking $2,000. Anytime Circa's got the same odds as Ballybet, I would love to get that. Bet DSI, guys. This is a global sports book. I got some money in there. Talked about this on the morning stream. I didn't have any money in there. I do now. So I'm going to go bet this Auburn St. John's over. And never mind betting some overs in college basketball. And then what else do we have here? Probably can also bet this on Bet Rivers. It's going to be no, it's actually well off. Bet Rivers at minus 130, which is really interesting. All right, so this game's at what, 6 o'clock? There it is. Over 165.5. Looks like Ballybet dropped off, but I'm still in on this. I'm going to go in for a 200 spot. Over at Bet DSI. There we go. Love that. Let's refresh this page. Denver and Wyoming. Let's pull this up to see how many options that we have. Again, I'm always about going after the easiest leg to hit, guys. So in that case, that would be the over 151.5, right? While the over 152 has the highest EV, I would rather sacrifice a little EV for this. Honestly, it's okay if you want to bet the over 152. Just if they score 152, guys, this is a push where this is a win. So that's where you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, are you okay with that? Ken, Alex is too ADD. You're way easier to follow. Green Means Go. Appreciate Green Means Go. Arb Father, appreciate that, man. Alex is great, no doubt about that. He'll break down to it. And listen, guys, I'm honestly not asking this question to boost my ego. I'm just really curious because I'm all about, promoting and talking about people that are very informative, like A-Train Station. I love A-Train Station. He's incredible. He always gives great breakdowns. Such an insightful individual. Super smart, super sharp. So, that's a guy that I'll pump his tires left and right because A-Train Station is excellent. He loves to go on his little rants in the beginning, but then he'll just kind of tell you what's up. Wichita State, this is more for me, guys, to be honest, 4CX. Let me take a look at this Wichita State play in St. Mary's. We did put a little bet earlier, guys, this morning on FanDuel on Wichita State money line. It was a massive underdog, but, just a little sprinkle. Under 138.5. And I'm also not looking for answers that are just odds jam, guys. Anyone that's outside of odds jam, they're taking about the same amount of money. Okay, let's go over to 4CX and grab this play. If you guys are living in Arizona right now or have access to 4CX, it's an exchange. It's awesome. It's like a no vig. It's like a ProfitX. Appreciate the bonus 25. I think that was Brent maybe yesterday. I don't want to misspeak though. Whoever used the code, I really appreciate that. And looks like now Bookmaker just changed their odds, so we don't want that no more. Okay, I might have saved myself a little bit of money. Matt Downs, Joshua, yeah, Matt's pretty good. The happy hour boost just kicked in a FanDuel Irish. We got to take a look at that. Matt and TJ, yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah, 4-6. Definitely. The Meg would be nice. The Meg would be very, very nice. Now I'm just smiling because I know I know who's using the term Meg. Tennessee just bumped a little bit. Okay, no problem. Going to have a lot going on. Obviously, there's a lot of college basketball games going on at the moment, guys. This Tennessee play looks to be up there. We got a lot of Tennessee spreads. I would be in favor of going after the easiest leg. -5.5 seems to be great compared to -6 or -6.5. I'm all over this. So this would be ESPN Bet and Hard Rock. Anywhere else that's offering this? Now it's just Hard Rock because ESPN Bet literally just moved to -150. So really good play on Tennessee versus Kansas. All right, what else do we have going on today? It's got some Bracco plays. I'm out of money on Bracco, so I have to go back over there. Ooh, Tennessee -5. Okay. Not bad at all. I wanted to see what that... Yeah, Wichita's a +395 here on Bookmaker. We got it at plus, I think, 530 or 540 on FanDuel this morning, which was awesome. A lot of good plays. Gonzaga and Michigan. We got Auburn, St. John's. We already talked about this, but this Gonzaga and Michigan play again. This is me being a little selfish. This is just for me, but this looks to be very good. Love this line movement here. Sharp books move, guys. This is your best indicator. Your best indicator, right? Sharp book like Bookmaker. Sharp book like Pinnacle. They move in the same direction around the same time, and we can pick off a stale offshore book like BetDSI. More books, more opportunities. We're looking at Gonzaga and Michigan over 164. We'll go in for $200. I like this a lot. Been using my personal BetDSI account, guys, for probably 3 years now. Still not limited. Very fair book. I have a lot of nice things to say about them. They don't pay me or I don't get anything from them, but it's a book that I definitely like to use over there. Okay, what else do we have? We're going to jump over some NBA player props. Once we get below 2%, 2.5%, guys, that's where I'm willing to say, like, no mas. On a day like today, we have so many plays that are out there. No reason for you to really have to go after plays that are below 2% edge. There's just an abundance of volume out there today. These are the days that I dream about when I'm sitting in July looking at a Tuesday when there's 4 baseball games. Like, God, just get me to Thanksgiving week. That's all I'm looking for. And we're finally here. So let's take a look at these NBA player props. Now, I like FanDuel as a sharp sports book for NBA player props. I also like Pinnacle. Honestly, my biggest factor is line movement, right? I don't follow these teams all that closely. I don't know who's in or out on the Raptors. I'll take a look at some NBA injury news and see maybe who's playing or who's out. But otherwise, I don't really have any more insights, right? I don't listen to the coaches speak after the game. Maybe a guy that's on the bench is going to get some increased minutes. I don't know. So my best indicator to help me become profitable is line movement from sharp books, because sharp books are moving their lines based off of money and information. And so we want to be quickest. The whole thing about this software is speed. Speed is your best friend. That's what sets you apart from everybody else out there, is that you can get to the plays on the screen faster than everybody else. So that's your edge. You know, Golden Pants on the Risk Takers podcast, him and SP always talk about understanding your edge, define your edge. What is it? The edge here with OddsJam is speed. No doubt. When you're a top-down sports bettor, you got to get to these plays before everybody else does. Honestly, I'm going to leave off Onyx because I don't believe their odds. I just believe they're lying to us. So I like to keep the soft books up here because you never know. You might be able to receive another book that has similar pricing to this at a slightly less edge, right? More times than not, that's not the case for Kalel Ware, right? Like this is normally the case. It's just way off. Sports Zeno's offering plus 110. Nobody else is offering this, right? But sometimes you can be surprised. Cason Wallace under 13.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This would obviously be pretty dependent on if SGA is playing tonight, right? That's one thing that we do know, is we need to know what's going on with SGA. So let me pull up Underdog NBA on Twitter. If you guys bet a lot of NBA, highly recommend following Underdog NBA. Make sure your notifications are set on X on them, because they're going to give you the best up-to-date injury news. Like Giannis is ruled out for today. Still the clearest or the most recent update that we have from SGA, game time decision. So if you think SGA is going to play, I would take Cason Wallace's under. If you think that he's not going to play, I'd probably either not bet this or I'd bet the over, right? But this is an ARB to Pinnacle. Crossed market, guys, is one of your most powerful signals outside of line movement when you're betting on plays. When you have a screen that has a million plays on it and you're like, I don't know what to bet, this is one of the best things that you can look for. Plus odds number on the under is larger than the minus odds number on the over on a sharp book. That's an arbitrage play. Crossed market, you want to bet the rec book 10 times out of 10. It's not always going to win, but that is a strong signal as a sharp bettor that you're going to make money long term. So grab the Cason Wallace play all day long. These higher edge plays are pretty much all going to be ARBs to Pinnacle. As you start to scroll down a little bit more, that's not going to be the case. It's an ARB between Circa and Pinnacle. The one thing that I don't like about this play, just looking at it before we jump into the numbers, I don't like that ESPN Bet has similar odds to Pinnacle or Bet Rivers, because I think that those are very soft books, but I could be mistaken. And you can see that there's been a little bit of movement from both books. And if you look at this play and you're like, I don't know, man, I don't know what to do here, then don't try to figure out this puzzle. We want to go after plays that are really simple to kind of figure out and digest. This Cason Wallace play, it's an ARB. I love it. Let's go. Maybe the Shaden Sharp play, maybe I just leave that one alone, right? If I'm a little uncertain. We're looking here. Okay, let's take a look at this movement on this under. Little bit of movement from FanDuel in our favor. We like that. They were at minus 102. They moved 6 cents. That's nice. And it's a recent movement, like less than 30 seconds ago. Pinnacle's chilling. Each one of these dots that you see on Pinnacle's line is their odds updating every time. So that's an update. So I'm fine with going after ESPN Bet Bobby Portis under 15.5 points. For those of you that can still get this. Sometimes speed's the name of the game, guys. I talked too long. Already moved to minus 110. Yeah. So that was an indie. So here's another thing, right? You see this play and it moves and you're like, shit, I missed out on it. No. Don't look at it that way. Look at, you saw this play and you're like, I'm going to bet this. And guess what? You just received confirmation from ESPN Bet that you made a smart decision, because they just moved their price from plus 105 to minus 115, 15 cents. And FanDuel just moved their price 3 cents. So that's a confirmation to you that even if you missed out on this play, what you saw was correct. That's your process. That's what you're trusting every single time that you're placing a bet on this tool. Seeing that process, seeing that, dude, they just moved, really good play, that's what you want to target. So that's what you're looking to kind of replicate time and time again on all of these decisions. All of these plays are individual decisions, right? And the easy, simple answer is bet all these plays on the screen and you'll be profitable. And that could be true. But I am not looking for just good plays. I want the elite plays on this screen, and that's what I'm looking for. Sometimes, like Hard Rock, they toss you up a softball, and you can knock it out the park. Right? It's like plus 140. This is way off the pinnacle. Anything that's above plus 124 odds is good. So ESPN bet, go bet this under Lou Dort 7.5 points. Now, I would not bet this over at BetMGM, and if you bet this over at BetRivers, it's not going to be a sharp play, right? Getting this at plus 120 odds is a negative 2% edge if you believe Pinnacle was quite sharp. So we'll move on. Miles McBride over on his points. More times than not in general, guys, you're going to have a really good time betting this over at BetMGM. We can bet this over at FanDuel. You can see it's plus 106. I like this. You know what else I like? Pinnacle's dropping off a cliff in the last 10 minutes. Sharp Sportsbook's moving, and they're not moving a little, they're moving a lot. They were at minus 110, now they're at minus 120. That's a good movement. Guess what? I'm limited on MGM. I can't bet this. I'll go over to FanDuel, though. FanDuel's at plus 106. What's my edge? It's still 5%. That's fantastic. This is how I've made $3,000 off FanDuel this month. They got odds slightly in the same range as BetMGM, so I'm just going to go bet Miles McBride over on his points, Hornets and the Knicks. These are all little things that I go through with my process. So for those of you that are looking for kind of a cookie cutter, copy paste type of strategy, it's not a one size fits all type of thing, but these are things that I do target and look for. So McBride over on his points, 11.5. There we go. Plus one. It's now plus 104. I'll still bet this, though. And I can bet 144. So I always like to keep it a buck with you guys, right? Miles McBride, I can only bet $144. I bet what I can. Bingo. There we go. I'm in for as much as FanDuel will let me bet this. So we're in at 144 at plus 104 odds. It moved 2 cents against me, which is okay. Again, guys, the bet tracker over here at FanDuel, or at OddsJam, is absolutely free. And if you can appreciate the fact that I not only tell you something to bet, but I actually bet it myself, because I don't know how many people actually place bets in front of you, and you can actually see transparent these bets that are being placed, smash the subscribe button. It helps me out more than you know. All right, so there we go. There's the Miles McBride play. Let's take a look at this Gillespie play. This is almost a low hold to Pinnacle. This looks pretty good. But let's dive into it a bit more. Okay, so this is kind of the opposite, right? FanDuel's the one that's moving. I don't like to see the book that I'm about to go place a wager on move in a certain direction. So for Gillespie, see you later. Just not going to touch it. Again, if it's something that I have to think hard about, I don't know, just don't do it. Just go to something else that's going to be a lot easier. Let me look at all these plays on my screen. We can find other plays that are going to be profitable. Yeah, I appreciate you letting me know that, man. Obviously, I got a little caught off guard. Happy hour, unlock 5 boosts. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to give out some first basket plays, right? I like to put these on long shot plays, these 5 profit boost guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and literally rip through some plays right now that are going to be positive EV. So feel free if you want to copy or grab any of these. Let's look at the Milwaukee game, and let's go to popular, and let's go to first basket, and we'll take Kuz, and we'll grab one of these boosts. How much can I wager? $10? Yeah, $10. Again, this is where I like to take these types of bets, and I like to place these on long shots, guys. Take my boost, put it on a long shot. I'm in on that. All right, what else do we got here? Let's look at New Orleans. Let's go to Derek Queen. First basket. Last time we ran this, we hit 2 of them. which we ended up making about $260 in profit. Again, I'm not interested in placing my boosts on a minus 250 or a plus 105. That just, for me, I like to take, I'm going to basically invest, what, $50 or $60, and I am going to look to put this on longer shot plays where we're going to get paid out a solid amount. I also want to grab Nemhard over here for the Pacers. And these are pretty quick, guys. We can just kind of rip through these. Let's go with Nemhard. Nice. There we go. Bingo. There's that one. Let's go with Julius Randle for the Timberwolves. Okay. And then let's go with my hometown boy, Devin, even though it's not my hometown, Devin Booker of the Suns. This is not as long shot of a play. Cool. We'll hit this one up. And then our last super duper long shot one. Let's go with this Hornets game. And I still have a boost over here. We're going to go with Knuppel. And what's the max wager? $10 over here. All right, we're going to put this on Knuppel. So if he hits, this will be about $150 of profit. That's really nice. All right, let me pull this off to the side, guys, and I can share with you all the links. For my Dub Club people, it's a close game in the Celtics game, and the guy that we got right now on our bets, we just need another basket. That's all we need, another basket, and we're looking really good. We can start the day off 3-0. All right, let me drop these in here. Anton, yeah, no doubt about that. If you want to take any of the picks that I'm about to share here, Anton, and put that on ESPN, feel free to do so. All right, so just sharing all these links with you guys. Just bear with me for a minute, but this happy hour boost is very good, and this is how you can take $50, $60 if you're using that 50% boost like I did. That's how I chose my reward. This is how you can, turn this into a lot of dough. Obviously, if Booker hits, it's not. We're just really getting our money back. It'll be a slight loss, but there we go. Abdi, ESPN, it's going to become closing at the end of the month. So starting December 1st, Penn Gaming will be moving to the Score Bet. So that's how that goes. All right, so there we go. All right, so we got a lot still cooking. Dang, man, that's a quick hour. That's a lot going on. So, okay. Keldon Johnson on his points. This is one that maybe we can also hit up on FanDuel. Let's see, though. So this is a case here, guys. I'm not a big fan of this type of movement. There isn't really much. It's just 3 different sports books that have 3 different lines. Now, I do like the fact that FanDuel has similar pricing to ESPN Bet, which means like I kind of want to go grab that. This is almost a low hold over here. So I'm totally fine if you want to grab this play. But again, you can just move off of it. Booker over on assists. Yeah, I mean, this is an ARB to Pinnacle over at Hard Rock. I understand that some of you might not have Hard Rock. Anything below minus 126, guys, is EV. The further that you get away from minus 126, the more EV that it is, the more money you want to wager on those types of plays. Schroeder. Yeah, this is an ARB to Pinnacle as well between Hard Rock and MGM. This looks quite good. Davion Mitchell. Not almost a low hold. Not quite. Gary Trent. Yeah, I mean, they, again, have similar price. Ooh, yeah, so I don't like this. So I wouldn't bet this. Even though I like the fact they have similar price in the ESPN, FanDuel just moved a lot. And I mean, they were at minus 118. They moved all the way to plus 110. That's a massive movement. Enough of a movement to almost make me want to bet the over on Gary Trent, but I'll just stay away from it right now. Appreciate that, Josh. All right, guys. I could literally probably do this for another like 3 hours, but I'm out of oxygen and I'm starving, and my girlfriend's making me dinner, so I'm gonna run over there and grab some dinner and spend some time with her. If nothing else, guys, appreciate you hanging out, stopping in the stream. Check out the video that just dropped about 2 hours ago. Take a look to make sure you're up to date on other strategies. Hopefully, there's something that you do learn there. Otherwise, I'm on tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern for Thanksgiving. Have some fun tonight. Enjoy yourselves. Have some drinks, guys. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your family. It's what it's all about. And if nothing else, enjoy the sports. I'll talk to you guys mañana. Adios.